So, no one's on here yet. So let me just make an introduction here. Completely unannounced live unboxing of the vinyl box set and the CD box set. We're going to do that here. Hey, Finn, how's it going? We're going to give this a minute or so to let people jump on because this is completely unannounced and totally random. So, Michael, Starman, people are jumping in. Jazz This. Hello, Jazz This. So we're going to give it a minute or so to let people catch up here because I did this completely unannounced. Brendan, hello. Good to see you guys. Very excited to open up this box set. It came in the mail today, and I'm so stoked. Chris, hello, Chris. Good to see you. Good to see you, good to see you. Again, completely unannounced. This was not anything I had planned to do. I just felt like sharing this with you all as I opened it up, unboxed it myself. I was just really excited about it and thought I would just make it a video moment for myself here too. So, yeah. Retro Nostalgia Fan, hello. Good to see you. All right, a few more seconds and we'll jump in here. How's everybody doing tonight? Has your Feel Flows gear arrived yet? Whether you got the CD, the record, the colored record. Yeah, Michael, they chose the Long Promised Road name specifically for Brian's story, even though it is Carl's song. Hello, Funny. Sebastian from Chile, hello. Manu from Argentina, wow, cool, hello. Henry, PhD, love the hat, yes. Learn or perish. Learn or perish. Oh, Retro, that's awesome. I'm glad you're happy to hang out here. Yeah, Michael, Long Promised Road was all Carl. I think there was an engineer that may have done something here and there, but it was mostly all Carl. All right, let's do this. Boom! Feel Flows! I mean, to hold this in my hand is something that it almost seemed like it wasn't going to happen for the longest time, you know? Like, we've been waiting for this thing for, I don't know, 2-3 years now at this point. We've known about it for so long. And to finally see it and hold it, it's pretty damn mind-blowing, I've got to admit. Jess, hello Jess. Barb, hey Barb from Canada. One thing I do want to mention, and so Starman, I returned the first CD box set, and I got the second one in the mail this morning. And at first I was going to return it, but I'm going to keep it. It's a little denty on top, but I'm so tired of making return. I made one return. I'm tired of doing it already, but I'm just going to hang on to it, I think. What Beach Boy? Hey, Tim, how's it going, man? Good to see you, buddy. What Beach Boys album have I been spinning lately besides Feel Flows? Really, it's been Feel Flows. That's been about it. One thing I want to mention about the cover of this thing is that for those of you who follow my Instagram, 2 or 3 years ago I posted a mix CD where I drew a cover that looks eerily similar to this one, and I'm going to post it again. I did the same thing with Mike above Brian wearing the good humor hat and everything else, and you know, maybe we're all just sort of thinking the same way and we draw things that we see and put the images together that kind of makes sense. But whenever I see this, I'm kind of like, well, that was my mix CD cover, so I'll post it for you guys. I'm not sure if the person saw it and got inspiration to draw theirs, but there was an alternate version of this where Brian's at the console looking over doing his console thing, and then they changed it to this, which is exactly how my picture looks. So but yeah. Anyways, let's do this. Let's crack it open here. Well, before I do that, look at the detail they put into this thing. We're going to see it. You probably can't see with the light being too bright. But it's got that it's got that cursive Beach Boys right. You can't see it. It's disappearing. David, yeah, we can jam out. Panaplito, hello. Doing well. How you doing? Wes, that's awesome. Yeah, I got this is the colored one too, and we're going in. We're going in. I'm so stoked to see this. It's like a dream come true to actually be able to hold this thing. And it got shipped really well. It was in a super heavy duty box, so good on them for that one. Michael, I wish I could play something in the background, but every time I do, YouTube flags me, and I don't like sharing royalties with people who are super duper rich. So, Miles, this has been hyped up for. I remember hearing about the Feel Flows box set easily 2 years ago. So I've known about it for quite a long time. Wow. All right, so this is cool. So the packaging is like a really smooth surface, like a glossy surface on the picture, and the sides of it is kind of like a sturdier matte finish. So texture-wise, quite nice. And they've got the records housed on the side with the book, and going in. Oh, is there a poster too? What is that? Little insert, look at that. I've never seen that picture before. That's really cool. Saw my comment on the video on the official page. Yeah, that was pretty cool that my comment got on that video. That was pretty sweet. Learn how to play Sail on Sailor and River Song. That's awesome. Yeah, Feel Flows is on Surf's Up, man. So there's the inner picture, which is pretty rad. I'll put the box down for a second. And what do we got? What do we got? Wow, look at this book. Oh, this is so cool. This is so cool. Look at that. Wow, a nice alternate shot. And the back must have rubbed up against something, or maybe that's the look, but there's all kinds of red streak marks all over it. I wonder if that's supposed to be there. I don't know. But oh man, this is already so cool. The first picture in that classic live I forget where this was, what stadium this was in, where Carl's wearing that like military looking suit, but really nice shot right there. That's cool. Their record colors are the opposite of what you'd expect. Wow. There's our boy right there. Whoops. This is cool. So every other page has a picture of one of the guys, a really nice big shot of them, and a lot of detailed notes. It looks like some really good, liner notes of back in the day. This is awesome. Big pictures of the album cover. Oh, this is cool. Oh, I love this shot. This is one of the best pictures. I think that was the one that they used for the Rolling Stone magazine cover. I'm pretty sure that's the one they used. Alan Boyd's producer notes. Very cool. Notes all by Mark Lynette, who he's worked with the Beach Boys forever. Oh, this is cool. Yeah, it's got lots of good details about who played on what, who sang on what, when it was recorded, all that, which is nice because obviously the Spotify doesn't have any notes on it. And of course, My Solution, which is So cool to hear that version of, but damn, cool book. Lots to look at in there. Let me catch up on the comments here. Pre-order mine on Amazon June 3rd and still haven't received it. You should be seeing it soon, JMU. JMUA04. You should see it soon. Oh, Michael, I am beyond stoked for this. You look like you're getting teary. A little bit. Favorite song on Sunflower? I don't know, man. I can't pick. So they reproduced the packaging extremely well. Nice high quality colors and picture quality. And let's see what the inner sleeve looks like. Oh, cool. Same inner sleeve. Just like the original one. Here we go. Let's see what these color records look like. Oh man, that's so cool. That is so cool. Look how bright blue that is. It's actually showing up pretty well on camera here. Wow. So what they did was they threw bonus tracks on each side of the actual record. Man, that's cool. I got tears in the evening. They ain't gonna tell me what to do. And nice. I was hoping they would have done this. They got a little piece of paper for the original album cover. Add some music by the Beach Boys, with a blank back cover for where they would have typed up the track listing. But the most recent vinyl issue of Sunflower does have the Add Some Music inner sleeve, which is pretty cool. And same deal with this guy. Loop-de-loop, flip-flop, flying in an airplane. That live version of This Whole World from 1988, absolute magic. Absolute magic. So I am really, really stoked about this. My God. Try to put everything back in as neatly as possible so I don't damage anything here. Alright. So that's Sunflower. And catching up with your comments. Should I buy the 5 CDs or the 4 LP? Well, is Jerry Schilling involved in this release? I don't know, actually. Well, the 5 CDs, you get a lot more. There's a lot more a cappella mixes and stuff in the 5 CD set. Yeah, Miles, if Spotify had all that information, that'd be pretty rad. I like the box set. Everything except for the awful remasters of the 2 albums. Interesting. Ranger Girl. So compression is kind of like it. From my understanding of compression, it's when something isn't very open or ambient or allows the track to breathe a little bit. It seems a little constricted. And I've felt that with the drums so far on some of these songs on the album here. Chrome, they're already talking about doing a Carl and the Passions in Holland era. I mean, sign me up, man. I'm in there for that. Yeah, the bass is definitely really high on these albums. That's for damn sure. David, I was jumping around screaming when I got the box set in the mail. I should have recorded that. Brian seems to be doing all right. He did a show the other day, and Maybe he sounded like how he sounds now. Um, but yeah, no, I did notice that the first time I listened to it, and the drums for me on these two albums are really a lead instrument, especially on tracks like "Slip On Through," "Got to Know the Woman," um, even "This Whole World." And I noticed a lot of the drums are kind of buried in the mix a little bit. They're a little bit quieter. But here's Sunflower, Surf's Up. So did the back of Sunflower have all the songs listed? Yeah, that's kind of cool. So that all the songs are listed on the back. That's pretty cool. And the back of Surf's Up. It actually looks really cool with all those songs listed on the back. I kind of like that. It's nice to have a good copy of this because my copy of Surf's Up is a little on the beat up side. And, oh, this is awesome. Yeah, I put all the words in the middle. Very nice gatefold. With the pictures at the bottom. And let's see what this one looks like. Love that. That gold vinyl, man. That's so cool. Time to go make some wine in my garage. Man, that looks rad. Get up, guess what? I'm in love with the box set I got. It looks pretty swell. Absolutely love the packaging. I mean, it's really top-notch packaging, I gotta admit. They did a bang-up job on that. Wow, so that's the vinyl anyway. We'll do the CD box set now too, while we're at it, why not? Here's the spine. I don't think I showed that yet. Let's show up. Yeah, a little blurry on that. No, I didn't see Brian at Long Beach. I did not see him. The Summer in Paradise box set. Hey now, it's a love thing. The Fear Flow CD set is awesome. Incredible. Oh, that's cool. Yeah. Sorry, guys. I'm catching up on all your comments here. The Kokomo box set will contain Mike doing a cappella vocals. All right. So here's the story with this one. I ordered this, obviously, the same day I ordered the records, and this came from Amazon. And the first one I got was completely dented up all over the place because it came housed in this floppy, flimsy little bag. Stupid. Why would you mail something in a little tiny bag? Put it in a box because, you know, you ordered a thing and it wants to get from one place to another without being completely broken into a million pieces. But then again, I also know Amazon's understaffed and, you know, the whole 9 yards. I was going to return this one because I'm like really picky about this stuff because I spent a lot of money on it and I wanted it to be perfect, but I mean, it's a little bit of a bend on the corner up there, but I can live with it. Who cares? So yeah, let's open this up. So 5 CDs, 108 previously unreleased tracks, rare photos, new essay. And this is what I've been playing on Spotify. And there's just so much unbelievable stuff on here. The acapella tracks are fantastic. You get that for both Sunflower and Surf's Up. You get all kinds of unreleased tracks that are in much better quality than sort of the MP3s I've had floating around over the years. But some of these songs are just really, really cool. And a couple of live tracks on here, which are great. But disc 5 has all kinds of stuff that you can't find anywhere else. And just really nice versions of those songs. So, like, a lot of this we've had here and there. There are things I have never heard before. Won't You Tell Me was a new song to me that I never knew. But, and a couple other things too. But yeah, let's open it up. Let's quit my yammering and start cutting it up. It is pouring outside, my God. To anybody watching this from Louisiana, I'm thinking about you guys. Hope you're doing all right. Because we're getting that rain now, but nothing like what you guys got. All right. Here we go. I used to be a famous artist, proud as I can be. If I can get it, there we go. So you always want to keep the hype stickers because sometimes they're worth more than the actual record is. Fun fact to all you collectors out there in record collecting world. On a Wednesday night, Tuesday night? I don't even know what day it is anymore. Cool, so cool, cool in me. All right, we're going in. Again, really nice, sort of the same deal as the record box. There's a bloody scratch on it. Ugh. Amazon! All right. Okay, so I guess the red marks may have been supposed to be there because this also has the exact same looking thing. So those red marks might be intentional on the inner sleeve there. Okay, cool. So it's the exact same booklet on the inside. So if you get the record and the CD box set, you get the exact same thing. I'm guessing the 2 CD also has the same booklet, just, a much smaller version of it. So it's a bit easier to read when it's larger like this, but some alternate shots again. Yeah. More track listing information. And there's that great picture that ESQ used last summer on their Sunflower special. Such a cool shot. And here we go. Here's the CDs. Let's see what they say on them here. Sunflower original album, Sunflower Live, Sunflower Sessions. Same deal with Surf's Up. And I believe it opens up. How's it open up? Aha! Like that. So same thing. So we got disc 3, Sunflower Sessions. If I can put it back. Disc 4. Surf's Up Sessions, same deal. And number 5, actually they changed the look, so this is pretty cool. Look at that. So this is Beach Boys Feel Flows bonus disc, as they're calling it, which is just a whole bunch of more unreleased stuff. I think that's the whole box, yeah. And the back is just 100 bajillion songs on it. It's just so much to look at. So I'm over the moon stoked to have these things here. I love the font they chose for this as well. Very nice looking font. Who'd have thunk we'd ever have a box set about one of their worst selling albums, and one of their albums that no one knows, no one talks about it unless you're a hardcore Beach Boys fan. Like when I started talking about the Beach Boys on YouTube 3 or 4 or 5 years ago, whatever it was, we were talking about Sunflower, but I didn't do the review until last summer because I wanted to do it for the anniversary of its 50th anniversary, but I also just... part of me couldn't believe that people out there actually liked this album as much as I did. And now that it's got such an audience and this box set exists, it's going to reach so many more people. And I really hope it does well for them because there's so much good music on here. And this is a version of the Beach Boys people need to hear. this is a really special thing. And for it to exist in a physical format after the last couple of ones have not been physical, it really shows that one, management is doing a great job at putting out Beach Boys content that people will buy and look forward to and keep that name alive and keep their longevity there, because that's definitely what they're trying to do with a new management team. And they're trying to keep it young and hip looking. I mean, this is a very cool looking picture. So, truly an amazing thing to have and to hold. Let me catch up on comments here with you guys. Da-ba-da-da-da. Wow, I'm really far behind on comments. Sorry. Let's just jump back. Holy moly, man. All right, we're good. Let's see. Will you keep these inside or outside the box when you put them on the shelf? Well, they're going to stay in the box because the box comes with it. Any idea why the Beach Boys YouTube channel that's been posting all the tracks from the box set doesn't allow comments? It's a great way for Beach Boys fans. David, so a lot of YouTube channels don't allow comments on official songs because they're purely using that for like a track that they'll use it for like YouTube Music or YouTube Red or something. It's really not supposed to be a forum to talk about the track, which is a missed opportunity, but basically they're just putting the file up to be used to be streamed. Only physical copy of an album I own is still cruising. Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, San Miguel, Matt, does sound incredible. It really does. Ordering with Amoeba. It's a good idea, Jess. Yeah. Yeah, the extended version of Wouldn't It Be Nice to Live Again is cool. The long version of Cool Cool Water is interesting. Where are you situated, Giggins? Whoops. Hit the wrong button. I'm on the East Coast. Can you send some of that rain to Southern California? You can have it. I wish it was just one big box, like the Smile box, but at least it's not 2 CDs worth of Heroes and Villains. I know. I'm waiting for the day we get a 5 CD box set of Heroes and Villains outtakes. Wes, that's an interesting point with the new Azov thing. Maybe they could actually put out the Friends in 2020 albums on an actual thing. Carl, yeah, I know the street. It's awesome. This thing is out now. Yeah. Mark, okay, so you got the smudges on yours too? Yeah, maybe the ink wasn't dry yet. That's a good point because it's on the record and the CD. Yeah. Oh, Rick, that's awesome, man. I'm glad my tiny little channel has helped out with introducing people to music. That's pretty rad. What are your thoughts on A Day in the Life of the Tree? I can appreciate it. It's not one of my favorite songs. I get it and I respect it. I understand it, but it's not something I crank up when I'm driving. I caught up. Cool. Rick, you heard these in 1980 and 1981. Wow, cool. That is awesome, man. Although it'd be like the 20th time they re-released Pet Sounds. I know, Pet Sounds keeps coming out again and again and again, which is why I've never reviewed it on my channel, and it's probably going to be the last thing I ever review. There's no point. It's been done a million times. You don't need my insight. I mean, like we know that album. So there's no real point. I I kind of want to buy the 2 CD set just to be a completist about it. I might do it. I might. Oh, Enigma, that's awesome. I'm glad it's your birthday coming up. That's awesome. Yeah, Chrome. I'm not sure if it's a printing error or something that was done to look like it's from the era or something. I'm not sure. Do you think Smile was superior to Pet Sounds? It was intended to be, and it can be seen as that. I feel like Pet Sounds is more digestible to the um, sort of easy ear, if you will. Smile is a workout, but it's a really rewarding experience. I mean, it's something that you put on and you're taken to a place. But I feel like it's an album you have to like listen to. Pet Sounds, obviously, you can listen to it, but you can kind of sing along to it easy enough, and you can with Smile too. But um, Smile for me has always been an adventure. You put it on because you're going somewhere. Like it's you want to be taken away, you know. But yeah, I mean, stylistically, yeah, Smile was definitely the next step for sure, hands down on that one. Yeah, I'd love to see them do box sets of the earlier stuff, but the thing is, like, there isn't much left. Like, we've got most of what's out there. There might be a couple of things here and there, but they were so strapped for time and so strapped for songs, as you see by filler stuff like Bull Session with Big Daddy or um, what was the other one? I can't think of the other one. But basically, whatever they had is what they had. I mean, there's not too much left in the vault of that time. There are a couple of things here and there, but it'd be cool to have them a box set where it's just them learning the song and then doing earlier versions of it. That would be kind of cool. But a lot of that stuff has come out on different box sets over the years. But it'd be cool to see it done album by album. What do you like more, Surfs Up or Sunflower? I go back and forth to be honest with you. I love them both. I mean, um, they're both truly incredible albums. I tend to lean towards Sunflower, but Surfs Up is absolutely incredible. Always considered Pet Sounds was Beach Boys, Rubber Soul to Revolver, and Smile as Sgt. Pepper to White Album. Yeah, I can see that. Overwhelmed by the time she reached the barnyard song. That's funny. There isn't an official release of Sandy backtrack from Summer Days. In an interview, Brian said that Pet Sounds is 4 out of 10 and Smile is 9 out of 10. Do you agree? I was flabbergasted when I heard him say that. I've never heard him say that. That's interesting, man. Um, he would say that because Smile was the next progression. It was the next step. It was the next growth. It was the next chapter. So you're always going to be more interested in what you're doing now than what you were doing before. So he may have said something like that years ago, um, you know, but I think they're both absolutely incredible albums. Mark, I found it weird that from what I've heard, the guys Mike hated Smile so much, but then they redid so many of the songs for their albums. They didn't hate the material, they didn't understand it, and that's the biggest difference. Is that 2020 being what it is now, we can look back and be like, oh yeah, it's rock and roll music, and yeah, it's all good. But at the time, you had to remember, pop radio was the thing, and so if you came out with a song called Fire and it went dun 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 dun, and the other guys in the room were looking around at each other like, how the hell are we gonna play this? Or like, how is this gonna make it on the radio? It was a commercial thing, and so none of them hated Smile. And the reason why they recycled those songs is because they needed songs for albums because they were under a contract and they weren't really writing much of their own um, outside of Al and Dennis. Mike really hadn't stepped up too much as a writer at that point, and Bruce was just getting his feet wet with that stuff, with the guys anyway. He'd been writing forever, but Yeah, they had to fill out albums, so that's what they did. This release is hopefully going to calm my nerves with school. I started junior year today, and I'm so not ready. Brandon, take it easy. That's all you gotta do. Take a deep breath, realize it's but a period of time and not forever, and the Beach Boys are here with Cool Cool Water. What potential box set do you think might yield the most interesting tracks? I think Love You in LA. Yeah, that late 70s period, they recorded a ton of stuff. I mean, that would be a pretty far out box set for sure. Sherry, she needs me. Al can definitely sound like Brian, for sure. Do you have a favorite? Finn says, do you have a favorite Beach Boys album? I get asked this a lot, and it's between like three. I love almost all their albums, but if I absolutely had to pick a favorite, it's usually Friends. Um, Friends for me is relaxing and calming and a really joyful experience, and it's just a peaceful little 28 minutes, and I absolutely love that album. But I really love Smiley Smile and Wild Honey and Sunflower and Pet Sounds and Love You and Holland. I mean, I really can't pick one, but Friends is one that I usually say is like, yeah, that one's pretty high up there. I know the guys were gonna call it Landlocked. Do you think that would have been a better name? I don't know. I think Surfs Up is kind of funny because it's like they were so not surfs by that point, and having that title being associated with Smile, and they were trying to get cool points from all the hipster people. I think putting Surfs Up as the name of the song, be like, wow, this Lost Smile track is on here. I think that was definitely the right move to make. Sunflower is their Abbey Road. Ah, I could see that. That's pretty cool. Ah, keep hitting the wrong button. Sorry, guys. CD player 1994. Yours also came in beat up. Yeah, I know. It's hard to do. I know. Nice. Who do you think had the better solo career, Carl or Dennis? I mean, Carl was more commercial, so in a commercial sense, I'd say Carl, but Denny had much deeper songs. Much deeper songs. Carl's songs were rock radio ready, and he was like looking to do his thing to fit in with the generation, but Dennis was just singing from his soul. I mean, Carl was too, but like his songs weren't as deep. I mean, some of them were, but I mean, the first album was co-written with Myrna, so she wrote a lot of the lyrics, whereas Denny wrote most of his songs by himself. When I first heard God Only Knows, I thought Brian sung it. Carl and Brian sound nearly identical. They can. They definitely can sometimes. Yeah. Which years of touring do you find most interesting for the guys? The early 70s with Blondie and Ricky. Sign me up, man. That's such a great era for them. Was that Carl on lead guitar in the live version of Student Demonstration Time? I think so. D. Michael Elkins. I'm pretty sure that's him. Thoughts on the Surf's Up cover? It seems uncharacteristically dark. It creeps me out a little, to be honest. Yeah, it's definitely a dark cover. Um, I almost feel they could have done something different, but that image is their logo. It's the Brother Records logo, and it's something that really speaks to them. So I think that was kind of cool that they did that. Really hoping for a 60th anniversary tour. Yeah, that'd be pretty sweet. Yeah, the Carl Wilson album review came out a few days ago, I think. His first album, yeah. Yeah, Pacific Ocean Blue is just an amazing track. It really, really is. Time to Get Alone says, are there any totally unreleased recordings you're aware of that you still really want to hear? For me, it's the version of Oh Lord from the Beach Boys '85. Yeah, that's one of them. And I really want to hear better versions of the early '80s stuff like Stevie. The song Brian wrote for Stevie, or wrote about Stevie Nicks. I'd love to hear a really clean version of that one. I think that would be great. Should I wait to order my box set because I don't think I want scratches on mine? I mean, man, I don't know how many they're gonna print of these things, you know? Do you think Carl and Dennis's solo careers are overlooked or underrated? Oh, totally. Yeah, completely. I mean, if you were around at the time, you were aware of it, but these days, yeah, no one knows they had solo careers. Yeah, which is sad. Why did they use the earlier version of Big Sur on? Why didn't they use the earlier version of Big Sur on Holland? Robert, honestly, because songs grow, so they had it for a couple of years at that point, and they tried something else different with it, and that's what they were more into at the time, so they just went with that one. Do you have the Beach Boys in concert book? Oh yeah, love that book. Absolutely love that book. Which year do you think Mark and Alan will go? Astro. Which year do you think Mark and Alan will go until the physical archive releases? I'm hoping they just keep going with it forever, honestly. I mean, as long as they can, or they have a team of people that knows how to do what they do, I'm hoping they just keep going, you know? I mean, these releases are going to keep happening forever because of copyrights. So after 50 years, a song that was copyrighted goes into public domain because of an old law they made up, because at the time it was like, who the hell thought people are going to care about this stuff 50 years from now? So that's why they put these releases out, so it stays in copyright, so they make money off it. So that means other companies can't take these songs and put them out on their own label and make money off of these songs. So that's why these releases come out. So realistically, forever, you know, they're gonna come out forever. That Lucky Old Sun, Postcard from California, or That's Why God Made the Radio. Postcard from California is amazing. It's a great album. Lucky Old Sun's it's probably my favorite Brian solo album, and That's Why God Made the Radio. I love that album purely because the guys are on it, and they were back, you know. Yeah, Finn, it is kind of weird to think of an old Dennis and an old Carl. That is something that I definitely think about too. Carl Wilson has only 2,000 monthly listeners on Spotify. Yeah, it's because no one knows he had a solo career. It's simple as that. Thoughts on Love and Mercy, the movie? Yeah, the movie was bloody fantastic. They did a great job on it. So wait, if the copyright expires after 50 years, if it's not released, does that mean anything not on archival release is public domain now? Yes. Um if it's not captured in another way to sell something or put it back out there, it becomes public domain. So in 2012 and 13, this kind of caught major labels off guard because in Canada, all these new Beatles albums popped up of the early unreleased stuff of the Please Please Me and with the Beatles era, and Apple was like, what's going on there? And all of a sudden, this whole copyright thing came out of, you know, they learned more about the laws, about the copyright laws, and so after that, they got really stringent on making sure that things are back on Spotify. So the first big thing that came out was called I think it was called the 1963 bootleg recordings the Beatles did. It was on Spotify. I think that's what it was called, where it had like 18 versions of There's a Place or something on it. And they did that purposely to keep it inside the Beatles camp so no one else could use it. But all those CDs were being sold at Walmart got pulled. Or was it Walmart? It was some store in Canada. Do you also feel like some of the mixes on Field Flows are trash, or am I just a hater? Cotton Fields 2021 has such loud audio glitches that it almost ruins the song for me. Huh. What's Mike Love's best solo album? I mean, Unleash the Love has got some good stuff on it. I don't mind that one. So the mixes on this album, um, I find them to have the drums pretty low in the mix, especially on songs like "Slip On Through" or "This Whole World," where I don't know, a bunch of the songs really, where the drums are such a lead instrument on some of these songs, and I feel like they got buried down pretty well, and they raised the bass really high. That's the first thing I noticed when "Slip On Through" came out. I was like, why is the bass so loud? Um, so I'm excited to play it on vinyl to see how it sounds. So I've tried it on my little boom speaker. I've tried it on my big speakers. I've tried it on my stereo system, in my car. I've tried it all over the place. So I'm curious to see how it sounds on the actual CD and the actual record to see if that's any different. Because being a drummer, I like to hear the drums. So, but they're definitely absent from a lot of these songs. Did Brian's dad actually beat him? The poor kid. It's just cruel if he did. Yeah, there's rumors that it definitely he beat all the kids, unfortunately. One of the rumors was that Brian was born deaf in one ear. The other rumor is that Murray hit him with a 2x4 one time. So we'll never know. We just know that Murray was a piece of crap, but he also helped the Beach Boys become the Beach Boys, which is a really crappy dichotomy there. So yeah, Paul's Boutique by the Beastie Boys changed a lot. You can't make that album now. Good luck on that one. Hmm. What do you think is the best unreleased track on Feels Flows? I mean, my some of my favorite ones are "Won't You Tell Me." Hearing the really nice copy of "My Solution" is fantastic. "Where Is She" has also always been one of my favorites. "Hawaiian Dream" is new, so that was cool. That little snippet of "You Never Give Me Your Money" is pretty cool. The joking around version of "God Only Knows" is good. Um, "Won't You Tell Me" that was good. A really nice version of "Going My Way" or "I'm Going Your Way." And the commercials, the radio commercials, are pretty sweet. The hissing on the remasters really hurts. Yeah, there definitely is some tape hiss on here. Today's the final day for the Beach Boys channel. Ah, bummer, man. Hmm. Yeah, like Michael Jackson's dad. Yeah. Yeah. I thought the Surf's Up songs were newly remastered, but when I ripped them to my computer, they're listed as 2009 remasters. It could just be that the software hasn't, or the ID tags weren't updated for some reason. Because I'm pretty sure they're all this year. Huh. Murray had a very short fuse. Yeah. D. Michael Elkins. Yeah, I've got Smiley Smile and Holland, from the Analog Productions. The Moods of Murray Wilson. That's pretty sweet. A signed copy. Holy crap, man. They said the 2009 remasters tag was a mistake. Oh, cool. Matthew, thanks for that. That's good to know that one there. Yeah, it's thunder and lightning and rain and all stuff. It's remnants of Hurricane Ida popping through. I'm a few hours away from New Orleans there, so we didn't get hit like they did. So if anybody watching this from Louisiana is watching, we're thinking about you guys. Spooky by Classics 4. Yeah, I can kind of see that now you mentioned that. That's interesting. Yeah. HD Tracks is a good site. Yeah, they have some pretty good HD tracks. Oh yeah, we're all good. There's supposed to be tornado warnings going through here, but I really don't think it's gonna happen. I'm in a valley area, so they have to go through all these hills. So, good luck, tornadoes. I just saw a ton of your reviews today, and I've started listening to the Beach Boys. Oh, fun person, that's awesome, man. Very cool. Do you have a Beach Boys track you're most nostalgic for, or just associate with childhood the most? On as rare as weird as it is, that "Do It Again" tape, the whole tape for me is that. But specifically, I'd say like "Graduation Day," or "Little Girl I Once Knew," and "This Car of Mine," because when I first heard those songs, those were new to me. I only had a few of their albums and a couple greatest hits. So for me, that was like, wow, digging deep for these tracks. Um, so that "Do It Again" tape, that whole tape for me is nostalgia for sure. Oh, thank you, fun person. Opinions on the forthcoming Let It Be. So, Jess, I'm stoked for that. My only bummer is that they're not putting the full rooftop concert on there, which I know isn't technically part of Let It Be because that was part of the Get Back session, so it's not really the true Let It Be, blah, blah, blah. But come on, man. Is Disc 4 is like 3 tracks. It's an EP. That's a waste of a CD. Just put a whole half hour's worth of demos on there from them playing on the rooftop. We've wanted that forever. I know it's not part of the actual time period, but put it on there because we want it. Doi. Who do you feel is the most reminiscent in musical progression to the Beach Boys in terms of artists from the 21st century? There's not much out there. For a while in the mid 2000s, there was a group called the Heavy Blinkers, and they had an album called The Night and I Are Still So Young or something. And they were very reminiscent of the Beach Boys, but I'm not sure if they're even still a band anymore. But yeah, the Heavy Blinkers. Check them out if you ever heard them. Animal Collective. Oh, I see. So not sounding like the Beach Boys, but having their own sort of creativity. Yeah, Animal Collective is up there. Yeah, they're definitely a pretty far out group. What do you think is the best usage of a Beach Boys song in a movie or TV show? When the Muppets covered Kokomo. Little Saint Nick, that's a good nostalgic song. Yeah. If you had to choose one deep unknown cut to recommend to a non Beach Boys listener, what would it be? And is there any song that you like, but you can't stand to hear it anymore because of overexposure? Barbara Ann, I like it, but it gets played to death. And after a while, you just get really sick of that damn song. It just becomes really goddamn stale. But it's it's a good song, but my god. Um, if I choose one deep cut to show a non Beach Boys fan, I'd probably do something off of something from the early '70s to show them, um, sort of how much more rock and roll they got. I'd probably show them "Cool Cool Water," um, or "Leaving This Town." Just "Sail On Sailor." That's a good one. The 100th anniversary in 2070. That's probably true. Yeah, Glenn Johns' Get Back remix. That's gonna be pretty damn cool to hear. Oh, Mark, that's awesome. Yeah, Beatles and Beach Boys are my top groups as well. Yeah. Get Back official soundtrack album with a rooftop show. That would be cool. Yes, I do like the Four Freshmen. Yes. Yeah, the Explorers Club is definitely reminiscent of the Beach Boys. Yeah. Heroes and Villains was in Fantastic Mr. Fox. Well, that's cool. Damn. You got it, dude. Jess, yeah, I read a little bit about that too. All I want to do is a song I have used before. I mix CDs for people, and I'm like, hey, check this song out. Yeah, that's definitely a good shoegazy song. And there's a really good a cappella version of that on the box set as well. Al photoshopped in the cover of Summer Days. Yeah, that'd be cool. Why not? Favorite Beach Boys track to hit the skins with? Uh, Darlin' is fun to play on drums. Slip on through. I love the early stuff. I mean, like Hawaii or 409, Little Deuce Coupe. Any of that stuff's good to play on drums. Some of those. I have a friend that doesn't listen to the Beatles because they think they are overrated. I had a girlfriend like that once. She didn't like the Beatles and she thought they were overrated. To each their own, you know. Carl and the Passions is greater than Holland. That's definitely a hot take. Do you own a Landlocked album on vinyl? I do not, unfortunately. Dumper. Oh, yeah, that was ages ago, man. That was a long time ago. We're still good friends. Turn left at Greenland. Was Dennis really a clubber, or was he actually a decent drummer? So Dennis had a really particular caveman approach to his drumming, which I like. I like drummers that are a little bit different, like Meg White from the White Stripes. Um, Dennis had a real lumbering sort of projection, and especially the way he hit the hi-hat. He had a real dense mid-stick punch into the hi-hat, so that gave the songs a bit of a splashy, wavy cymbal feel, but his drums were also really labored. They were heavy. So when you hear that intro to the live version of California Girls, dun, 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 like really heavy feel. He played with his soul. So I wouldn't call him a clubber. I'd call him just a really soulful player. So I dig that. I think he was a great drummer. Yeah, my Hard Day's Night reference there. What do you call that haircut? Arthur? Do you think if the Beatles never broke up, they would have ended up the same way as the Beach Boys, where they get burned out and amateurish by the early 80s? The Beatles were going to break up at some point. If Brian Epstein never died, they would have been a band for a lot longer, but when he passed away, that he was the glue that kept that group together, and without him, they definitely fell apart, but um, they wouldn't have lasted much longer. I really think they would have gotten into the early 70s and maybe done another album or two after Let It Be, but they were done. They grew up. They were ready for the next thing, and they never wanted to repeat themselves. So they wouldn't have stayed together forever. It wasn't in their cards. She also said BTS was truly the best music. It didn't work out. I'm not the biggest BTS fan either, but Stray Kids, as far as Korean pop groups go, Stray Kids have a new album out, and it's bloody fantastic. A lot of people get caught up in proper technique, but soul and feel is what makes a true musician. Yes, Jazz This, you are 100% correct. Dennis Wilson also was noted to have influenced the hard-hitting power of John Bonham. I can see that. John Bonham was a pretty heavy-hitted drummer. What is the least experienced musician in the Beach Boys, in your opinion? They're often out. Least experienced musician? I'd have to say Mike, because he plays just one instrument. He played the saxophone, whereas everybody else played everything. Mike basically just played the saxophone. Yeah. Do you like Bruce Johnson's earlier work before he joined the Beach Boys? Yeah, totally. Yeah. Emily, thank you so much. I'm glad this stuff finally showed up too. I thought Mike played all the instruments on one of the Surf's Up tracks. If he did, that's new to me. I've never read one thing about Mike playing a piano or picking up a guitar. Percussion, I can see Mike doing percussion, but news to me if he played anything on a whole song. I don't know. I don't know if Keith and Dennis ever met. Yeah, but Keith was a humongous Beach Boys fan. His first band was called the Beachcombers. He wanted to be a Beach Boy so badly. They did Barbara Ann. The Who did Barbara Ann. But he would have joined the Beach Boys in a heartbeat. That's true. Mike did play the theremin. Good point, Riley. Good point. Mike wrote the entirety of Pet Sounds and Smile. It's true. Absolutely true. He drank apple juice. Mike played a really good apple cider diet and had to go to the hospital. That's the best instrument he ever played. Yeah. Didn't Brian play and sing everything on You've Lost That Love and Feeling? I think he did on that one. Yeah, because that was definitely sort of a lead up into what was going to become Love You, where Brian did almost everything on Love You. All right, a few more minutes, guys. I didn't realize how bloody late it was. But, that's true. Mike can play tambourine. I've seen him hit the leg with that tambourine before. That's very true. He also wrote Back of the USSR. What do you think Mike's best vocal performance is? I've said this before, but his bit on Hushabye is one of my favorites. All I Want to Do is fantastic. His cover of Mountain of Love on the Party album is a career highlight. What's that song from 15 Big Ones? Everyone's in Love with Her. That's a great one. For his vocals. And Big Sur. I think he's really good at Big Sur. Kashmir Hills and those Kashmir Hills. Come the Kashmir Hills and more Kashmir Hills up on the Kashmir Hills. With more Kashmir Hills. Yeah, Keith wasn't a big fan of Pet Sound. What's Brian's best solo album? I like Lucky Old Son. Who's better, Paul or Brian? They're both equals. Can't pick. Can't pick. Tony Fletcher's Boon Book is a good book. Yeah, that's a really good one. Oh, Meant for You's a great one. Yeah, that's a good one for Mike. Yeah. He wrote the entirety of John Stamos' cover of Forever. That's true. Oh yeah, the Laurel Canyon stuff with Brian and Alice Cooper for sure. Totally, yeah. I completely believe that. Oh yeah, Here Today is a good one. Yeah. Here That's Not Me. That's definitely a good one. Yeah. I wanted to show how independent I grow now, but that's not me. That was a big song for me for a while. That was definitely something I really felt 100% in my blood. Would Brian be any different today if he never met Eugene Landy? Yes. Mike was secretly a Metallica ghostwriter. Yeah, Paul definitely gives everyone he meets a copy of Pet Sounds, kind of like how Paul Weller from The Jam gives everybody a copy of Odyssey and Oracle. That's his favorite album. Mike also wrote all of the early Kiss songs. Meet you in the ladies' room. For my money, you can't be too soon. Classic Mike Love. Shock me, make me feel better. I'm down to the bare wire. I worry that Brian would have died young if not for Landy. Yeah, Landy did save him the first time, then completely screwed him over the second time. Do you think a younger Brian would be proud of the music he made today? Oh, yeah, for sure. Absolutely, for sure. What track did you least expect to be on the box set? Like, I was so surprised and delighted with Won't You Tell Me. Walker, Won't You Tell Me was one of my surprises as well. And that really great version of My Solution. Yeah, I saw Paul and Gene both got COVID, but they're both vaxxed, so they should be fine, but still sucks. Hope they're doing okay. I saw they had to cancel some shows coming up. My brother was supposed to see them a few weeks ago, but there was a storm or something that they canceled because of the storm. Concerts are so hit or miss right now. Everything's getting canceled. Colchin! I heard you guys like drinking vodka and orange juice. If you guys ever get curious, there's a fantastic bootleg by Paul Stanley called People, Let Me Get This Off My Chest. And it's just him screaming before every song live, and it's one of my favorite things I've ever heard. I was made for Mike loving you. Oh, that's good. I heard Mike disagree with Brian when it came to Pet Sounds because he felt like he was part of the Brian Wilson band. What are your thoughts? Yeah, a few of them felt that way because it was them showing up to a session and being told what to do. Whereas in the first couple of albums, they all had sort of creative input. Even though Brian was driving the ship, the other guys had a little bit more to say. Which artists do you think sound most like the Beach Boys? I mean, if we're talking the 60s, I would say Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young were influenced by them in terms of their harmonies. The Eagles were definitely influenced by them. Mike Lovegun. Mike Lovegun! I really love the money. Blows my mind that Brian hated his falsetto for a while. Yeah, he didn't like it. He was embarrassed by it. He was definitely embarrassed by it. People. Long Promise Road's gonna come out before the year ends, from what I've last heard. To streaming services near you. My last show in 2020 was Diamond Dave with Kiss. That's awesome. I wanted to see that tour. Gotta be more preacher-like. I know I can't. I would do it, but it's like 11:30 and I have neighbors, so I can't do it super loud. I can't hear you. Hot take. Brian's Love You voice sounds great. Hell yeah, it does. Come on and Mike love me. Love Mike do. Can't Mike me love. Can't Mike me love. 2042, Somewhere in Paradise. 50th anniversary. The Hey Now, It's a Love Thing edition. After I heard Having Fun on Stage comps from Elvis, Paul, and Ian from Fugazi, I made one of the Who using live albums and bootlegs. That's pretty cool. Pet Sounds is exceptional. What Beach Boys song do you think you could sing the best? I used to be able to do Brian's falsetto okay. Not so much these days. Sometimes I can pull it off, but I really like singing I Can Hear Music and Darlin'. This Whole World, Girl Don't Tell Me. I like doing some of the Carl stuff where he's a little more gruffer. When he's a little more angelic, I have a harder time with those. But I like doing Denny songs. But yeah, I Can Hear Music is one of my favorites to sing along to. Emily, you can do a Paul imitation? All right, I got to hear that someday. You got to make a video of that because that's fantastic. Gonna be a summer of love. Hey now, it's a love thing. You ever see that video where Brian holds his nose, or has Al hold his nose to sound like Mike? Well, East Coast girls are hip. I love that. Enigma, thank you for being here. Ever heard of the trade winds? Yeah, why does that sound so familiar? That does sound familiar. They call me Mike Love. They call me Mike Love. Urgh. Show up there. Good Lord. I got a tornado on my phone. Bloody hell. Got me the Wizard of Oz here tonight. Sherry, she needs me. Yeah, you've definitely grown up with Kiss, Emily, that's for sure. Brian and Mike are always okay with each other. It's their management and the people around them making trouble for them. But Brian and Mike on their own are fine. New York's a lovely town. That's the song I was thinking of because there's a guy from that band who went on to do another band, which I'm also not remembering right now. What are your actual feelings on Mike Love? Alright, well, I'll talk about Mike and we'll wrap it up after that. Because I gotta get up early tomorrow. I don't really have a full opinion on Mike because, like I said before, celebrities are on TV or in the public eye nonstop. So we see the good days and the bad days. Whereas with us, normal people, we basically show the good days and you don't see the bad days. And so, when you've been interviewed 100 million times, you're going to get to the point where you're just going to say something crazy or you're going to say something you really didn't mean or say something exaggerated. Has Mike said stupid shit? Yeah, of course he has. Have we all said stupid things? Yeah, of course we have. We're just not on TV saying it. So we won't actually know the real Mike Love, and a lot of us won't know the real Brian Wilson or any of the real Beach Boys because we're not inside that camp. So we get a real tiny view, a little tiny window into that world. So I don't really have an opinion on Mike. On one hand, I really like that he's keeping the name alive. He's keeping the Beach Boys alive. That kicks ass. That's great. He doesn't have to. He's 80 years old. He can go home and hang out and, be with his family and watch TV all day. That's fine. But on the other hand, he's doing a great job. Has he said a lot of stupid stuff? Yeah, of course he has. Does he have the right to his opinion? Yeah. Even if it's dumb, he's got the right to his own opinion. Do I hate the guy? No, not at all. Not at all. He was a vital part of the band. If he wasn't a part of the band, the Beach Boys wouldn't be what they are. Giggins plays Summer of Love from our tornado shelter. Do you ever feel like you don't fit in because you like old music? I'm 15 and feel out of place now. Miles, man, I'll give you a heads up. When I was growing up as a kid in the 90s, I felt completely out of place because I was a kid in the 90s playing Beach Boys and Beatles where no one I knew liked them. Everyone was into what was going on at that time, which was a lot of good music at that time. But I was definitely a child of the 60s, born in the 90s. And I got picked on for it. I got beat up. I got bullied beyond belief. My childhood at school was a drag. But it's funny because then the Beatles anthology came out in 2003 on video, or on DVD, I should say. And all of a sudden, all these kids I went to school with that razzed me for liking the Beatles were now Beatles experts. And I was like, screw you guys. So you do you. All right? That's all that matters. You like the music you like, and screw anybody else that doesn't like them, because who the hell cares? They're living their life, you're living your life, and you're not living their life, and they're not living your life. So if you like what you like, just go ahead and like it, because there are people out there just like you who also appreciate it. And the cool thing about these days is we have this community like this where we can chat about this stuff. Whereas back in the 90s, we didn't have the internet too well. I mean, it was out there, but I didn't have it until I was a lot older. Um, so basically, it was my brother and I and my best friend Scott. We would talk about the Beatles and the Beach Boys and share our tapes and all kinds of stuff and record the radio and all that stuff, um, to make our own mixes. But yeah, you go ahead and like what you like, because life is too goddamn short. Just who cares what other people think? Just like what you like, man. That's all that matters. That's all that matters. I'll run over the crow cries and cover the cornfield. Well, I got picked on for all kinds of stuff. I had big ears, I was tall and gangly, and I wasn't a fighter, so I got picked on and beat up and all kinds of stupid shit. But that's what growing up in the 90s was. Yeah, forget the haters. You're not alone, Miles, man. You're good. You got all these cool weirdos hanging out with you, talking about the Beach Boys, so you're not alone. And as long as you enjoy rock and roll, you're not alone. Look at all my friends that I have here. As long as you like music, you're not alone. We were banging rocks together. Those were some good songs. Oh yeah, Emily, I remember that. Yeah, yeah, the We Won mantra. Yeah. Oh, I know there's an answer. Yeah. Gig and spitting facts. Oh, I know Beatallica. Hell yeah, I forgot all about that. Imagine the teasing I received when my favorite genre was smooth jazz. Yeah, I can see that, unfortunately. I get it, man. I get it. Yeah, I mean, really, truly, I believe that. If you have music, you're not alone, because, you know, music is a spiritual thing. It's an extension of a soul. It's an extension of an expression. It's meant to be enjoyed by other people. It's meant to be heard by someone else's ears. And so when you make a song, or you play an instrument for someone, or you sing to somebody, you're sharing a moment with someone. That's the whole intention of a song, is to enjoy that spirit together. And so when you get to sing along to the Beach Boys, that's you not being alone. That's you singing along with the Beach Boys. And that means something. And that's why we connect with this music so deeply and so viscerally, because we feel it in our bones. I mean, it's something so deep and meaningful and special that even when you're by yourself, you feel that magic. You feel that camaraderie. You feel that spirit. It's all there. So yeah, music. If you got music, you're doing all right. Got picked on in the mid 70s for liking the Beatles. Yeah, Tim, I remember reading stuff about that. That liking the Beatles back then was old hat. Like they were some ancient band, and all of a sudden they became cool at some point. Pretty weird. Oh, Miles, I had dreams like that too. Where I'd wake up thinking, today's the day I meet someone who likes the same stuff I like. It was funny because when we were kids, well, and during music class, we had a teacher who'd come in with a cart with all kinds of music stuff on instruments and stuff, and she had a CD player set up, two CD players, or no, one CD player, and we'd play Name That Tune, and it'd be two people with like a teddy bear on a desk, and you pick up the bear if you knew the song, and on days where it was Beatles Day, all of a sudden I was everybody's best friend because, you know, they wanted me to help them win. And I would know every Beatles song the second it started without even hearing literally more than a second of the song. And I would stump the teacher a lot of the times because I'd be like, "She loves you." And she'd be like, "I don't think I pressed the button yet." "Oh, yeah, that is She Loves You." Look at the cassette or the CD cover, whatever she had. But, yeah, school was a drag. For whom Michelle told. Like Carl said, music is spirit. Yes, that's exactly it. Music is spirit. Yeah. Yep. This one comes off Destroyer. I got a question for you. Do you back love me? Yeah. Oh yeah, add some music to your day. I believe in that song 100%. It changes your life. Absolutely changes your life. Yeah. Yeah, rock and roll saves the soul. Hey, Marty. Yeah. Yeah, Miles, man. I mean, I'm not gonna get too deep into my personal life, but school wasn't my favorite thing, especially in high school, because well, middle school really, but early elementary school too. But getting picked on a lot and bullied, you look for what they now call safe spaces, where you look for a place that you can be comfortable and not worry about getting your ass kicked or spit on or your ears flicked in class or all that kind of stupid stuff. But um, you start to daydream, and what a day for a daydream, and you just kind of think of where you'd like to be and who you'd like to hang out with, and you try to meet these people. And I still do that. I'm still that way. I still think of, oh man, wouldn't it be great if I met this person? We can do this, or we can make this video, or we can make a band, or write a song, or we can do that, or do this. I think it kind of helped instill that spirit of wishing. So I guess that's pretty cool. School, not a gas. Cool water, such a gas. Yeah, my music teacher was surprised. I remember because we also do like 60s day, so she'd play random 60s songs. I knew all those as well. When need. Thanks, Mike. Am I the only Beach Boys fan that doesn't like the Beatles? I'm sure someone out there is the same way. Rock and roll ain't noise pollution. Rock and roll ain't gonna die. It's 5 a.m. in the UK. Rain Blaze. Breakfast with the Beach Boys. Middle school was the worst. Yes. God gave rock and roll to you. Love and Spoonful, yeah. Oh, Miles, I'm gonna do the John Sebastian albums pretty soon for reviews. I remember you talking about them. Yeah, the 2004 Smile concert, yeah. I still might love you. I'm a middle school, high school teacher. Things are better. Thank God. He gives mixes. Wow. Throwback. Yep. That's exactly it. I feel like music fans are always ahead of the curve, and then magically everyone else kind of picks up on it, and then, oh, now we're all experts on the Beatles. Yeah, sawed off. Where were you when you were picking on me? Oh, Leopoldo, yeah, we did the unboxing like an hour and a half ago. Sorry. It got me to meme. Once in a while I do it. I sang Ding Dang one time. I think I did see the lithography video in the Beach Boys, yeah. Oh, Chorn, no problem. It was a great video, man. It's funny you posted that because I've got one coming out soon on the first album as well from the Bee Gees. And then Horizontal right after. I'm finally getting around to doing it. But yeah, great video, man. If anyone hasn't watched it, Chorn82 is doing some good Bee Gees work. Check out his videos. Did the Beatles ever cover a Beach Boys song? No. Did you ever watch the videos from the channel Behind the Sounds? I don't think I have. Film people are definitely snobs, Emily. I agree 100% on that one. Oh my god. Yeah, film people could be bloody brutal. All right, 5 more minutes here, everybody. And we're, holy moly, it's midnight. Yeah, we're going to wrap it up in 5 minutes here. The Bee Gees are such an incredible band. They really are. Metalheads are definitely a breed of their own. Yes, that's for damn sure. Yeah. Metalheads can be pretty crazy. Enigma, see ya, man. Good chatting with you. Foo Fighters DGs. I wanted to buy that so bad. It's sold out everywhere on Record Store Day. I mean, I've heard it. It's great. I mean, it's fun. They do really faithful renditions of those Bee Gees songs. Yeah, pretty far out. Yeah, I saw Walk Hard in the theaters, actually. The High-Lows, this time, it's love. Okay, I'll check that out. Film made, yeah, yep. I hear ya, he gives mixes. I heard about the Beatles being assisted by government agencies. Have you heard anything about that? What do you mean by assisted by government agencies? Like they were like a government-run band or something? Emily, it's funny you mentioned that because like I've grown up with old movies as well, like especially old comedies like Laurel and Hardy and the Marx Brothers and Chaplin and Buster Keaton, Harold Lloyd, Harry Langdon, all those people. And I just ordered off Amazon a copy of a Laurel and Hardy 2K, 4K remaster of a bunch of their movies. So I've been working my way through that again. It's just been so much fun going back through those again. Um, I have a long history with Laurel and Hardy. I'll have to make a video about that someday. Favorite Nilsson album? I like Nilsson, but I can't listen to him anymore. Long story. The Beatles were actually a CIA to push the hippie agenda or something. Which is the complete opposite of what America's government was at the time with tapping John's phone and everything else. That's so freaking funny. I'm sure there's some people here from surf posting. Oh, sure, and that's awesome. Horizontal's coming out. I'm looking forward to it. Sweet. All right, guys. We're going to wrap this up. So what started as a Fuel Flows opening box set video became a really good chat. So hope you lot are doing well. Go get some sleep. Go to bed. Drink some water. Put a funny show on as you're falling asleep. Put some good music on. Wake up tomorrow morning and try to smile first. Think of something positive. When you first wake up, think of something funny. Start your day with a good, happy moment. How about that? Don't wake up and go, well, damn it. Wake up and go, you know what? Yeah, we can do this again. Tomorrow is Wednesday, I think, so we're almost there to the weekend. If you don't work weekends, then the weekend's coming up. But thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks for hanging out. Means a lot. Means the world to me. We'll definitely talk about Let It Be for sure. Yeah, no problem there. But everybody, take care of yourselves. Be good. Do good. The whole thing. And music is in our souls. My name is Giggins. This has been The Chat and Feel Flows. Learn or perish.